made a video about 3 months, and this video is just to talk about everything that has changed, why I have been gone, and what has been going on in my life, because it's been a little insane. Basically, everything about my life has changed, or at least it's about to. What I want out of life, where I'm going, what my goals are, my plans, it has all completely changed. About 6 months ago, I started to notice I was really unhappy at my job. And this was a job for 3 years I absolutely loved and adored. As a bit of background, I work in marketing and advertising, and that's what I've always done since college. And I've had 3 jobs. 2 of them were at very large corporations, and then this last one I had was at kind of a smaller company, working with animals, doing marketing, and I absolutely loved it. I felt like I was giving back to the community. I loved the people I worked with. And then all of a sudden, about 6 months ago, it started to kind of change. I was working these crazy 60 to 70 hour weeks. I was sleeping at the office sometimes because there was so much work to do. My boss was hardly ever there, and when she was, there were these crazy strict rules about the company that I didn't really personally agree with. Just some of the different things that was going on with the company that morally didn't really sit right with me. And I just never got to live a life. I was always at work, always focused about work. Even if I was at home, I always had my phone and people were constantly texting me about projects and stuff. So after being in denial for a long time, I finally sat down for about 1 to 2 months and just spent some time every day figuring out what I wanted. What do I like in a job? Where do I want to go? I went and saw a counselor a couple of times, and that was super helpful, just defining what do I need out of my job, my life. And then also I just talked to my husband about where do we want to go? Do we want to keep living in the area we're living in? When do we want to have kids? What do we want our life to look like when we have kids? And I knew that the job I was currently at, that was going to make it really tough. It would be really hard to work 70-hour weeks and also have kids. And at the end of the day, that's also not what I want out of life. So finally, after months and months of job hunting, doing interviews, I went on several interviews to different advertising and marketing companies, and they all offered me the job, and I realized I don't want to work in advertising or marketing anymore. It just doesn't fulfill me personally as a person at all. I used to like it, but I just don't care anymore about making people buy stuff. So I had to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out, what do I want out of life? And what I ended up on, or at least what I'm gonna try going forward, is teaching. Teaching is what I always wanted to do growing up, throughout elementary school, middle school, high school. And then I got to that college age, and it's scary because people tell you teachers don't make a lot of money. And I got really wrapped up in having this prestigious corporate lifestyle. But lately I've realized that's not what I want, and I take so much value in a job that helps people, where I'm interacting with others, and where I feel like I truly am making a difference. And I think that's why I liked my job working at the animal place so much, was because it felt like I was making a difference. Even if I was just doing marketing and stuff, I felt like I was contributing to the greater good. I've spent the last 2 months, this is about a 6-month timeline, of first 2 months me feeling depressed about my job and ignoring it, and then 2 months of going on a ton of job interviews and trying to get a different advertising and marketing job, and then realizing that wasn't gonna work. And then there was a day when I googled, how do you become a teacher in Florida, and I realized that I'm actually already pretty qualified. I have a degree in marketing and advertising, and then I also have a degree in English literature because I always wanted to be a writer. And I realized that you can teach in Florida if you have a bachelor's degree in English, or like history or something that aligns with a certain subject level. So I put in an application to the Department of Education, got my temporary teaching certificate, and I recently was offered a teaching job for the fall of 2018, which I am so excited about. I went so back and forth on teaching because teaching is really difficult, and I know that. I know there are going to be so many long hours, which is funny because I was just complaining about these long, crazy hours at the other job. But the long hours don't bother me. It's just the relentless 7 days a week, 52 hours a year. I can work really hard when I need to, but I also need the opportunity to live my life. So that's where I'm going from here. Obviously, the school year does not start for quite a while. It is only April. I wish it was July because I'm so ready to just dive in. I've been so excited to learn and plan things out. I've been so excited about the school I'm gonna work at. And I've been really excited about this massive lifestyle change. I'm not gonna be working weekends anymore. I'm gonna have summers off consistently. My husband and I are gonna have the same hours, which is something we have never had. So that's my plan going forward. That is why I have not been making a ton of videos, because I have just been trying to figure this all out. And to sum it up, and to sum all of my feelings and emotions up into one video is insane, because the last 6 months have been scary and depressing. I've spent a lot of it feeling like a total failure for not having my life figured out at 25, which is ridiculous. I know that's ridiculous, but that's for a long time how I felt. And I still have days where I feel like, why don't you have it figured out? And why don't you just go get a successful marketing job and that sort of thing. And also, I'm going to start making regular videos on this channel. Just yesterday, I went and wrote out a brand new editorial calendar for this channel. I'm gonna start filming and getting everything edited and uploaded. I just had to go through this period of massive change to figure out what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. So, lots of good stuff coming up. I should be back to posting consistently starting next week, and just hopefully from there have a really consistent schedule and make this channel all about achieving your dreams and going after your dream life. That is what I want it to be about, and it's something I wasn't doing with my own life, and now I'm so excited to say that I am a lot closer to what I want out of life. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, keep on dreaming.